Hey everyone, just wanted to share this word that God put in my heart as applies to us waiting on the Lord and why many people don't want to wait anymore. So I'm going to start with Isaiah 40:31. It says, "They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount upon wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." So we know that God requires us to wait sometimes in some situations, and we're not always going to have our blessings instantly given to us. So a lot of people don't want to wait on the Lord anymore, but it's something that God requires. If you look at David's story, David was anointed as king before, you know, God didn't manifest that right away. It was already done spiritually, but in the physical, he still had to wait. He had to go back to tending sheep right after he was anointed as king. He couldn't just go say, "Okay, Saul, I was anointed. You need to step to the side." No, he had to wait on God's timing. He had to go, be humble and do what he needed to do until God said move. So not even just in that example, if you look at the story of Joseph, Joseph was given a promise from God. And, after that, he was betrayed by his brother, thrown in the pit, lied on in Potiphar's house. He was put in prison. He had to go through some things. There were some trials and tribulations that he had to endure before he got to his promise. So he had to wait some years. you know and even if you look at the woman with the issue of blood, she had to wait, what, 12, 13 years before her healing. She spent all her money on physicians that couldn't help her. But on God's timing, when God moved, when Jesus moved and he stepped on the scene, then yeah, it was time for that healing to manifest in her life. And Jairus was waiting for his daughter's healing. When God was helping the woman with the issue of blood, he was helping people. He did not move faster than he chose to, because Jairus felt that it was urgent, because God moves on his timing, not our timing. His daughter had to be resurrected. If you look at Mark 5, it shows his daughter had to be resurrected, and at the end of the day, if you look at the biggest example of people waiting, the children of Israel had to wait 40 years in the wilderness. And they probably wouldn't have had to wait that long if they weren't complaining the entire time because they didn't want to wait. But they had to, because it was not on their timing, it was God's timing. He moves when he wants to, you know. So it's like, a lot of times we'll sit there and complain because we feel he's not moving fast enough. And this is how the enemy works. This is what God revealed to me. The enemy will work. He's so deceitful. The Bible says, don't be ignorant to the devices of Satan, because he has the world stuck in this now mentality, to where things that would have normally taken us a lot longer, it's like an instant. Everything is instant now. If you look at it, you can get, where it took mail used to take what, days to get to us. Now you can get mail in the same day, overnight it. You can get emails and text message instantly, so it's so many things that, and I see how the enemy is working. He wants us to get so wrapped up into this now mentality, so we feel like if it's not now, then it's not going to happen. And that's not the case, you know. So you can, like, even before, it would take us hours to cook a meal. So now you got microwaves and air fryers, and you got all this instant cooking gadgets and technology that's going on right now. And even as it applies to marriage, they even got this new show. I haven't watched it, but I think it's called 90 Day Fiance or 90 Day Weddings. Instantly, everybody wants something now, so it's just really sad because nobody wants to wait on the Lord anymore. God will give us strength to endure. His grace is sufficient. All we have to do is just pray. He will give us. That's why the Bible says, patience is a virtue, because everyone does not have patience. So we just have to pray that God allows us to just understand, and we have to acknowledge him in all of our ways, and he will direct our path. His ways are not our ways. Just because we are moving in this now mentality, God's not going to change because of us. You know, he's the same then, now, and forevermore. He's the same God. He doesn't change. We change. And we expect God to change based on how we change in this society. So I will say that we just need to pray that God gives us peace. If you're waiting on a promise, just know that God, his word cannot return unto him void. If he promised something, he has to bring it to pass. He will see it through to completion. So we have to understand that. Let's just trust God in everything that he is doing because he loves us. Don't allow the enemy to deceive us. We can't be conformed to this world, but be transformed to the renewing of our mind. So just be mindful that, and just pray, ask God to lead you. I pray that he allows you to receive this word if it's for you. Just trust that, he's on time. He's not when we want him, but he's on time. That's why, we have to understand he's even with his coming, his return, it's not on our time. We feel like, oh, God has said they said he's going to be coming. God said he'll come like a thief in the night. He wants us to understand that his timing is not our timing. Don't get caught off guard because we feel like he hasn't come before, so he's not going to come. God can come any day now. We just have to trust that let his will be done, and trust that, he knows best for us. Love you guys.